The family of a young Georgia mother who died in 2022 from delayed abortion care says they have taken steps to file a medical malpractice lawsuit. 28-year-old Amber Thurman experienced complication after taking abortion medication and was rushed to the hospital. But reports say doctors waited 19 hours before performing surgery to remove the fetal tissue. These details come from a ProPublica story published in September. The report includes information from a private state investigation that outlines Thurman's treatment and death. In a network exclusive, CBS News national correspondent and weekend news anchor Jericka Duncan spoke with Thurman's family in Atlanta, as well as the reporter who first broke the story. Jericka joins us now. Good morning.
Very, very difficult story. We were grateful that the family did talk to us. You know, Georgia has a maternal mortality review committee made up of more than 30 experts, including 10 doctors. Now, it reviews patients' cases to identify the root causes of Georgia's increasing maternal mortality rate. Their findings are not made public, but ProPublica obtained a copy of the report, a report not even seen by Amber Thurman's family.
And we will speak her name. Amber Nicole Thurman. Amber Nicole Thurman.
Amber Nicole Thurman's tragic story has been used as a centerpiece of the nation's abortion debate.
What happened to her was preventable.
But Thurman's family wants her to be remembered as a real person.
Amber was loved. She had ambitions, she had goals, she had dreams. Everything she did it for her son, to make a better life for him.
In the summer of 2022, Thurman had just moved into a new place with her 6-year-old son, Messiah, and had recently applied to nursing school. But when she learned she was pregnant with twins, her family says she worried about how she would care for them.
Being her big sister, my response was, I support you in whatever decision you choose to make. I'm here.
At the time, Thurman's home state of Georgia had just implemented its 6-week abortion ban following the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Weeks later, on August 13th, she was 9 weeks pregnant and decided to drive 4 hours to North Carolina to get a surgical abortion. Her best friend, Rikaria Baker, told the journalism outlet ProPublica she traveled with Thurman that day, but they missed the appointment due to traffic. According to ProPublica, a clinic employee offered Thurman the FDA-approved abortion pill combination that accounts for over half of U.S. abortions. Baker told ProPublica that Thurman signed a release stating she was aware there are sometimes adverse reactions. Days after taking the second pill, Thurman experienced severe cramping. Her boyfriend called 911 to report she was vomiting blood.
Okay, she stopped walking, and now she's having she has real bad stomach pains and aches and stuff.
Okay, is she pregnant?
Yes.
Just before 7 p.m. on August 18th, Thurman was taken to Piedmont Henry Hospital in Stockbridge, Georgia, 20 miles south of Atlanta. It would reportedly take 19 hours before doctors decided to perform dilation and curettage surgery, also known as D&C, a common procedure used to remove remaining fetal tissue from the uterus.
You talk about being there. What did the doctors tell you?
Nothing. I was led to believe we got her blood pressure stable.
According to ProPublica, during surgery, Thurman's heart stopped. She died on August 19th of 2022. Her death certificate reads she died of septic shock and retained products of conception.
I was there. She was giving me instructions. You have to take care of Messiah. Y'all have to take care of my baby. And then the next time I saw her, she was lifeless.
Before Amber went into surgery, of course she was 2 weeks, so she had my mom to use her phone to FaceTime me. And I'm like, you okay? I'm just grateful that I did get to see her at least one more time, even though I had to see her like that. And it haunts me every day.
It wasn't until September of this year that Thurman's family learned new information about their loved one's death. The nonprofit investigative journalism outlet ProPublica says it obtained a confidential report from Georgia's Maternal Mortality Review Committee, which concluded in July of this year that there is a good chance providing a D&C earlier could have prevented Thurman's death. Kavitha Sarana is the ProPublica writer who obtained the report from a confidential source. Talk to us about what you saw in the report and how long the report was, what you were able to gain from the information you saw.
Sure. I was able to see a summary of Amber's stay in the hospital from the time she arrived to her death. And I was able to review the findings that the committee makes.
Sarana says the committee report summarized Thurman's treatment on August 18th and 19th. It showed Thurman's health was declining hour by hour. Despite her worsening condition, doctors didn't take her into surgery until 19 hours after she arrived. Your report says that this review concluded that there was a good chance that providing a D&C earlier could have prevented Amber Thurman's death.
Right. They are tasked with writing down the factors that led to the death and assigning how big of an impact it could have had. So they chose large impact, and they checked the box of good chance that the outcome could have been prevented.
You now say the world has to see my hurt. Why now?
I was exposed. I'm exposed. I'm exposed to it.
And to it being?
The truth. The truth that it was preventable. The truth that she would still be here.
The medical records still have not been released to tell us what is the narrative of the doctors who were treating her.
A Piedmont Hospital spokesperson issued a statement to CBS News saying in part, Ms. Thurman presented in our emergency department in serious condition and began receiving care upon arrival. The care we provided in our efforts to save Ms. Thurman's life, including the timing of her diagnostic workup, stabilization, interventions to treat her sepsis, and surgery, were based solely on clinically driven best practices.
Do you feel like it was a case of medical malpractice, or was this a case of a woman who had to leave the state that she lives in to get an abortion, which led to her death?
I feel like it was medical malpractice, and I say that because it was preventable.
They did not properly care for her.
How do you feel about people making this an issue that's more connected to abortion rights and restrictions and how they are affecting women across this country?
I don't understand how such a law could have been made. They say that the United States of America is the land of the free. So why aren't women free to make their own decisions about their health? My sister died as a result, and I just don't understand it.
It is important to note that we do not know why the doctors waited 19 hours. Remember, this was a confidential report released so far only to ProPublica. Many doctors in states with restrictive abortion bans have publicly acknowledged fear of losing their medical license or being prosecuted if they break the law. A pro-life obstetrician that I spoke to says doctors should have acted sooner based on the report and based on the law in Georgia.
What's tough about this is there is an exception in a lot of states to save a woman's life, but then you have to wait until she's on the brink of death. And when is that? There's so much gray area.
And this is so new for so many of these states because until 2022, Roe v. Wade was the law of the land. So now you have all of these issues presenting themselves that are more complex than I think what we think about, and especially looking at that mother. She lost her daughter. She's now responsible for raising her son, Messiah. But kudos again to ProPublica for being able to bring this reporting to light, and we can now share it with our viewers.
Well, kudos to you, because that was a masterfully conducted interview to bring that story forward and to hear what's in the head and also the heart of these women who are now grieving the loss of their daughter and their sister. It's such an important topic. Thank you, Jericka. I appreciate it.
Thank you.